With GTA Online being a little bit dry right now, I decided to start looking around for a new adventure. This adventure I found in GrandRP, which you can join too if you click the link in the description down below. I started off my adventure by creating a character that didn't really resemble my GTA Online character because obviously that would be silly. Perfect. As I made my way to the parking lot, I was thinking to myself, what luxury vehicle will I be getting? Will it be a luxury Bugatti, a limousine, or will there be someone be driving me around town? Surely this 5-star hotel will give me all that I ever desired, right? Having found out that if I want to actually drive a car myself, I'm gonna have to work for it, I decided to look on my map to see where to go next. It appeared that the power situation within the city was a little bit funky and I could use with some extra help, so I decided to make my way there. But as I was making my way to the power plant, a man approached me and honked his horn, wanting some attention from me, and being the good Samaritan that I am, of course I stopped to see what he had to say. Unfortunately, he didn't say anything, which kinda creeped me out, so I decided to move along. But then, he started chasing me.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Can I help you?
You want to join our family?
Sure, but you could have gone about it like a little nicer to ask instead of like, you know, just stalking me around and like not saying anything and then just before you know it, I'm on the floor.
Get in car.
We only just met. You want me to get into your car? I think I'm good. And because I'm a strong, independent woman that doesn't need a man who just caused a vehicle accident, I decided to hop back on my scooter and go back about my day. I had better things to do, like helping the city with its power issue. Cause you know, I use electricity a lot, which does mean that I'm probably an expert. But as I was making my way through the wire and to the limit and to the wall to make sure that electricity within the city was going to make its way to the appropriate locations, I realized I don't actually have a driver's license and I've been driving illegally on a scooter this entire time. And that might have been why this man actually asked me to join his family. That family being the cops and going to jail. It all makes sense now. He was just trying to help me out. Either way, I made my way to the post office, got my $500, and I made my way to the Puerta helipad where I could start my driving lessons. Now obviously, because I've been driving in GTA 5 for such a long time, this was no issues whatsoever. Not a scratch on the car, passed with flying colors, and off to my next adventure I went. Now that I'm finally able to drive legally, it was time to get back to work. Time to head off to the oil fields and become the oil prince I always wanted to be. I made my way to one of the oil rigs and started digging for some oil. Got myself a couple of barrels until I was sufficiently full. You see, in GrandRP there's also some beginner's quest going on which will help you to go along the way as you go. That way you'll be able to kinda have a path to start off with and get familiar with the server itself, which I obviously followed too because let's be honest here, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, so I made a beginner's guide if you haven't seen that just yet and wanted to get started on the server yourself. Either way, after I've acquired the amount of barrels and then decided to sell them, and I was able to finally complete the beginner's quest. Having done so, I was also able to get myself some beginner's containers too, which also by pure chance and luck here, I got myself a fishing rod. But before I headed off to the pier and start testing out this brand new fishing rod, I had to look a little bit more respectable. My attire at the moment looked like I just dropped out of school and my mom decided to give me the apparel for today. Something that I was not quite fond of, so I decided to get something a little bit more fit for Vespucci Beach. After I did that, I made my way to the pier, and to my surprise, there were actually a bunch of people already there. So I sparked some conversations with people to see what really was going down in the city at that current moment in time. As I was continuing on with my fishing adventures and catching all the fish the sea had to offer, I was then approached once again by someone who was asking me if I wanted to join their family. Is no one seeing the cougar?
What? Cougars?
Like this, is it gonna attack us or what?
No. New in city? You are new in city?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how to do a bit of fishing, you know.
Yeah, you have family?
I'm not, no.
Okay. You want to join my family? Because
What do you guys get up to? Like, what do you do? Like, what does the family do? Like, do you get up to robbing banks or something?
yeah, you do fam raids and all the things. Yeah. store robberies.
With the sales pitch of the family being, we do stuff, I decided that I'm way too good for these people and I'd much rather be continuing on with my fishing endeavors. You know why? Because I'm just that damn cool. After having had some rest after a stressful day in the city, I went back to my hotel room, but I suddenly saw an advertisement to join the family. Now, of course, seeing the level of professionalism put in said advertisement, I decided to see what was going down, so I made my way there and tried to make a call. Sadly, it seemed that I needed a SIM card in order to be able to make any calls at all, so what I then did is I made my way to the nearest store and decided to purchase myself a SIM card. But to my surprise, there was also a level 1 backpack that I could acquire. With this, I would be able to store a lot more things than these 5 things in my pocket all the time, so I decided to grab that as well while I was at it. With all that equipped, I decided to see if I could call the family one more time, but to my surprise, the SIM card wasn't actually enough. I also needed to have some money on the SIM card. Sadly, I couldn't quite figure out how to do, so I left it for later. However, with this SIM card, I seem to have been also able to unlock a few more features on my phone, like the dark web, where I was like, this is looking rather interesting. I unlocked things like the vehicle thief, and I could be hired to murder someone, and a whole list of other interesting things that were definitely piquing my interest. So I started looking into how exactly I could go about becoming one of these things and actually getting myself involved. As it turns out to be, I needed to be a gangster for it, and I think this is where the GrandRP whole family system comes into play. They really want you to become a part of a family, so that way you can get up to that type of stuff together, as it always required me to be a gangster, which I would assume is also having to be inside of a family. So eventually, as I made my way back to the hotel, I noticed at the receptionist that I could join a family by the name of the Ace family. They claim to be the #1 hostage-taking family within the city. Now, this looks like a plan of action. People that have an idea what they are all about, what I want to do, and where they think they're going. So I decided to join and gave them a call to see what is what. Hopped on their family radio and off I went onto a new adventure. But a new adventure is something I want to save for next time, because there's quite a lot to unpack. We went on hostage takings, we decided to also rob a store, and there was just a whole lot of things going on. That was definitely a step in the right direction. So join me next time in another adventure in GrandRP. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all later. Damn, you guys always park your planes like in the middle of the road.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough. That's a baller move.
We own this block, bro.
Bro, we own the whole block.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, it's never really expected to see a plane, but it's all good.
We got 2.
Yo, this guy just rolled up in a scooter.
That's me.
Yo, can't